Hello student of class 10th, again here with a new video of revision, video number 2 of chapter magnetic effect of electric current. In this video we are going to discuss about solenoid and Faraday's law and Fleming's left hand rule. So what is solenoid? It is a wire which is wrapped around a core or a tube, and when the current flows through them they create a magnetic field, and the magnetic field looks like the magnetic field which is around a bar magnet, means it has a similar property of the magnet. Whatever we had learned about the property of bar magnet, the same property of field lines and the magnetic effect is created in this solenoid when the current flows, and when you switch off the current the magnetic field disappear. Inside the solenoid the field lines are parallel, uniformly distributed and close together, indicating that the magnetic field is uniform. It is very important here. The field lines inside the solenoid are parallel. Parallel means they are uniform and close, and this shows that the field is uniform. पूरे सोलनॉइड में अंदर फील्ड एक जैसी होती है. इसको हम कैसे शो करते हैं? इसको हम शो करते हैं मैग्नेटिक फील्ड को जब शो करते हैं तो उसकी लाइन को पैरेलल ड्रॉ करते हैं. तो वही यहाँ पे कह रहा है कि इनसाइड द सोलनॉइड द फील्ड लाइंस आर नियरली पैरेलल, यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड एंड क्लोज टुगेदर, indicating that the magnetic field is uniform. The magnetic field lines between the turn, they cancel each other, tends to cancel each other, and the magnetic field outside the solenoid is non-uniform and weak. Outside the solenoid the magnetic field are non-uniform and they are weak. If you see in this figure, the field lines inside the solenoid they are parallel, but outside the field lines are away from each other, showing that they are non-uniform and weak also. Now solenoid is a long wire wound as a helix to produce a reasonable uniform magnetic field. The symbol of magnetic field is B in the interior of the solenoid coil when the solenoid carries a steady current I. जब भी किसी solenoid में हम करंट फ्लो कराते हैं तो उसके अंदर एक यूनिफॉर्म मैग्नेटिक फील्ड डेवलप होती है, और हम इसको किसी प्रॉपर या किसी पर्पज़ के लिए इस्तेमाल भी कर सकते हैं. When the coil are closely spaced, each turn can approximated as a circular loop, and the net magnetic field is the vector sum of all the field resulting from all the turn. Means each turn is behave like a small magnet, and when all the loop we consider, we take the magnetic field of all the loop, then it will be the resulting magnetic field through all the circular loop and through the solenoid. These are the important points, and you should see the diagram also, that how the magnetic field arises. And if you see in this diagram, the yellow color line is the loop of the wire, and the blue lines, they are the magnetic field created around the wire, and we consider the total magnetic field as a vector sum of all the magnetic field, because magnetic field is a vector quantity. It has magnitude as well as direction. Now if you see the field at the exterior point, here we have taken a point P, are weak because current element on the upper portion tends to cancel the current element on the lower portion. That's why the field outside the solenoid is weak, and it is shown here at the point P. If you see the magnetic field lines are weaker, they have very less number of magnetic field lines. The reason is the current element means we are talking about single loop. The current element of the upper portion cancel the current element of the lower portion. That's why there is less current, and so the field outside the solenoid is weak. Now, what is Fleming's left hand rule? Fleming's left hand rule is used to find the force on the current carrying wire. So, again, revise this rule we had discussed in the topic when we had learned the topic, when we had learned the chapter. In that video, also, we had discussed about Fleming's left hand rule. So, what is Fleming's left hand rule? If you open your thumb and two finger of your left hand, then the thumb indicate the direction of force or motion, and first finger indicates the magnetic field, and the second finger indicates the current. Now, it is possible to predict the direction of force acting on a wire or its motion if the direction of current or the magnetic field are known. Fleming left hand rule is used to find this. So the thumb indicate the motion, or thumb indicate the force acting on the wire when the current is there in the wire, and the first finger indicates the magnetic field and the second finger indicates the direction of current. So if you put your first finger in the direction of magnetic field, the second finger in the direction of current, then your thumb will indicate the direction of force acting on that wire due to the presence of current in the magnetic field. So this is the rule is very important. You have to understand this while solving the any conceptual question. And this rule, remember that the Fleming's left hand rule we are going to use to find the force on the current carrying wire, because there is a right hand rule also. The right hand rule we use to find the induced current, direction of induced current, but here the Fleming's left hand rule we are going to use to find the direction of force on the current carrying wire. Now the next topic is electric motor. What is electric motor? Everyone knows that the motor is fitted in the mixies, washing machine, everywhere where we have to do some mechanical work. So what is electric motor and on what principle it is based? Let us see this. This is a diagram of the motor. Here if you see that there are two magnetic poles, north and south. In that one armature is there, and split rings with commutator, carbon brushes, and the current supply with the help of battery. So when the magnetic field is there and the current carrying coil is there, with the help of that what we had learned that when the current carrying wire kept in the magnetic field, it experiences a force, and the direction of force we can find with the help of Fleming's left hand rule. Here we apply that rule and find that how the coil rotates in the presence of magnetic field. And when the shaft is there, whatever you had fitted in the shaft, it is blade or anything, that will rotate and that perform the work. This we had discussed in the chapter video, what we had learned in that video. If you have that video, you go through that video and understand that what is the electric motor, how it works. We are just revising here that what is the parts of electric motor. The parts of electric motor are magnetic field, armature, split ring, battery, and carbon brushes. So electric motor is a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. This is the very important that what is electric motor. Sometimes it is objective type question also, sometimes it is 1 marks question also, that what is electric motor. So the simple definition of electric motor is it is a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. And what is electric generator? The electric generator converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. So the difference in electrical motor and electrical generator is that generator generates the electrical energy with the help of mechanical energy, and electric motor, it converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Now the principle of motor is a motor works on the principle that when a rectangular coil is placed in a magnetic field and current is passed through it, a force acts on the coil which rotates it continuously. So as you have learned also that when a current carrying wire is kept in a magnetic field, it experiences a force, and that force you can find with the help of The direction of force we can find with the help of Fleming's left hand rule, and the magnitude of the force is F is equal to ILB, and where B is the magnetic field, L is the length of the wire, and I is the amount of current. So this is a principle of motor, that it works on the principle that when a rectangular coil is placed in a magnetic field and current is passed through the coil, a force acts on the coil which rotates it continuously. This is the principle of motor. Now the Michael Faraday had done one experiment, and from that experiment he proven that the current can be produced with the help of magnetic field, and this is a very great achievement of Michael Faraday. And what we are using the boon of science in our day-to-day life today, that is only due to this invention. That Michael Faraday shows that electricity can be obtained from magnetism, and the current produced in this way is called an induced current, and the process by which the current is obtained is called electromagnetic induction. To see, there are two definitions, that what is induced current. So the current produced by the help of magnet, when the magnet is there and the metallic wire is there, and we change the magnetic field, and due to the change of magnetic field the current flows in the wire. This is known as induced current, and the process by which the current is obtained is called electromagnetic induction. So Faraday has done some experiment. If you see that in this diagram a magnet is moving inside a coil, and the galvanometer shows some deflection. So when the magnet is plugged into the coil, the galvanometer pointer gave a momentary deflection, showing that there is a electric current, and that is shown with the help of deflection of galvanometer. So when the magnet is plugged into the coil, the magnet is moving into the coil, changing its flux, and due to the change in flux the current flows in the wire, and that current is shown with the help of this galvanometer. So this is the experiment by Faraday, and by this experiment he showed that electricity can be obtained from magnetism, and the process by which the electricity is obtained is called electromagnetic induction. Now, what is the principle of AC generator? The simple alternating current generator consists of a rectangular coil mounted on an axle which is fixed between the pole of a permanent magnet. So these, if you see this blue and red color, these are the two magnets poles, and in between there is a armature, or we can say rectangular coil, which is rotating in that magnetic field, and there are slip ring connected to the coil, and when the coil rotates it cuts the magnetic field lines, and there is change in flux, and the current is in the coil, and we obtain it as a current, and we use for running the appliances. So this is the simple diagram which shows that there is a current flows when the coil moves in the presence of magnetic field. As you see here, when the magnet is moved, the current flows, and here again if you see that magnet is moving out, then also the current flows, but you see the direction of current in the galvanometer, it is opposite to the previous one. So when moving out the magnet from the coil, the galvanometer gave the another deflection, means when the magnet move inside or outside there is always a current, and this is the principle of generator also, that when the coil move in the presence of magnetic field and the magnetic field lines are cut, then it induces the current, and we get the current with the help of this process. So whenever there is a relative motion between the magnet and the coil, there was an induced current, and the current was induced in the circuit as a result of wire being cut by the magnetic flux lines when either the magnet or coil move. Means the current will induce only when there is change in flux, means when there is a flux change. When the magnet move inside or magnet move outside, in both the cases the magnetic field lines changes in the coil and there is a current. When the magnet is stopped, it will not change its place in the coil, then there is no current. So an electromotive force is induced whenever there is a change in magnetic flux in the circuit. जब भी magnetic flux बदलेगा वहाँ पे करंट इंड्यूस होगी, और अगर कॉयल या मैग्नेट दोनों में से कोई भी एक मूव करेगा तभी करंट फ्लो करेगी, और अगर दोनों एक ही तरफ मूव करेंगे, एक ही स्पीड से मूव करेंगे, एक दूसरे के रेस्पेक्ट में वो रेस्ट में रहेंगे, तो करंट उसमें फ़्लो नहीं करेगी. तो करंट के फ़्लो करने का रीज़न कितना है, क्या है रीज़न? द करंट विल फ्लो ओनली व्हेन देयर इज अ चेंज इन मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स. So AC generator in motor, what happened in motor, electrical energy is used to rotate the coil to provide mechanical energy. In generator, mechanical energy is used to rotate the coil to produce electrical energy. So in power station they use generator to supply the needed electrical energy, and generator can be designed as an electromagnetic device which convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. So this is a difference between the electric generator and electric motor. So there are two types of electric generator. Alternating current generator means AC generator, and there is direct current generator means DC generator. So what is the difference between these two? Now Faraday laws of electromagnetic induction state that magnitude of induced EMF is proportional to rate of change of magnetic flux linked with the circuit or rate at which the magnetic flux are cut. Faraday law of electromagnetic induction ये बताता है कि magnitude of induced EMF is proportional to rate of change of magnetic flux. कितनी तेज़ी से magnetic flux बदल रहा है उसी के प्रोपोर्शनल में EMF भी इंड्यूस होगा. जितनी तेज़ी से मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स चेंज होगा उतना ही ज़्यादा EMF इंड्यूस होगा, और जितनी स्लो रेट से मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स चेंज होगा उतना ही स्लो रेट से EMF या उतना ही लेस इंटेंसिटी का EMF इंड्यूस होगा. सो Faraday also found that the magnitude of induced current increases. मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ इंड्यूस करंट बढ़ सकती है या बढ़ जाएगी कब? when the magnet is moved at the faster speed in and out of the coil. मैग्नेट जितनी तेज़ी से कॉइल में अंदर या बाहर की तरफ मूव करेगा उतनी ज़्यादा अमाउंट में करंट फ्लो करेगी. दूसरा, स्ट्रॉन्गर द मैग्नेट इज़ यूज, जितना ज़्यादा हम मैग्नेट स्ट्रॉन्ग लेंगे उतनी ज़्यादा EMF इंड्यूस होगा, उतनी ज़्यादा करंट इंक्रीज़ करेगी. एंड द थर्ड इज़ नंबर ऑफ़ टर्न इन द कॉइल इंक्रीज. जितना हम ज़्यादा कॉइल में नंबर ऑफ़ टर्न बढ़ाएंगे उतने ज़्यादा करंट इंड्यूस करेगी. इसी तरीके से आपने देखा होगा जो हैवी जनरेटर्स होते हैं या जो हैवी मोटर्स होते हैं उसमें कॉइलिंग के नंबर बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं, जिससे कि जितनी ज़्यादा उसमें करंट होगी उतनी तेज़ी से मोटर हमारा स्पीड में होगा, और दूसरी बात जितनी ज़्यादा कॉइलिंग होगी उतनी ही ज़्यादा उसमें करंट इंड्यूस होगी, यानी कि उतना ही वो हैवी जनरेटर होगा. So these are the ways that how can we increase the intensity of current and intensity of speed of the motor. By increasing the strength of current you can increase the intensity of motor, and by increasing the number of turn of the coil in the generator you can increase the strength of current induced in the generator. So this is all about what we had discussed in this video.